And the purpose of this video is to answer questions that anybody asks me, and you have to be subscribed on this channel to ask me questions, okay? And I will answer if I know. Of course, I don't know everything, but whatever I know, I'll be happy to answer. And usually the things that people ask me all kinds of things all the time, and just random things, and so I'm random here. This is a random ask me anything questions and answer Q&A. In the video prior to this one, I was talking about the headline in your hand, and I have a description in this video. In the description box of this video, there is a link that you can go to and upload photos of your hand, front and back, and it has to be your active hand. And you can ask me questions regarding your hand, and I'll be happy to answer if I know the answer, of course. And or anything else that you want to ask me, okay? So what I want to talk about in this video is about the headline, okay? I'm going to talk about 4 types of headline, and the 3 first ones that I'm going to talk about are the most common type of headlines. And the headline that is attached to your lifeline, okay, which is the kind of headline I have, as you can see here in my hand, okay. This type of headline shows somebody who is prudent, somebody who takes counsel from others before they make important decisions in their life. And so it's considered the most ideal type of headline to have, because it demonstrates that the person is wise, has wisdom enough to counsel with others more knowledgeable than the self, you know, before they make important decisions in their life. So it's considered the headline of someone prudent, somebody who counsels with others, okay, before making important decisions. And the other type of headline is the opposite, is the one that goes under. It starts here in the amount of active Mars, which is this region here of the hand, right? This region here, the amount of active Mars. So when the headline starts under the lifeline in the amount of active Mars, it indicates somebody, the opposite, someone who is very insecure. Well, not necessarily very insecure, but it depends the kind of line. Somebody insecure, somebody unable to make decisions on their own, and they usually depend on the counsel of others before they make decisions. So it can be considered someone insecure, with insecurity problems, and somebody. And of course, you know, it depends from line to line, from person to person, but usually it indicates somebody unable to make decisions, to take decisions on their own, okay? Now the other type of headline is the one that is above, separated from the lifeline. So it starts here on the mount of Jupiter, and the separation varies. It can be a big separation or a small separation. The more separated, the more independent thinker the person is. So there is a good and bad side of this. It indicates somebody who is an independent thinker. They don't depend on anybody's counsel or advice to make decisions. And the good side of that, it indicates somebody who is not influenceable, easily influenced by others. So that's the good side of that. And the bad side of that, it can be somebody overconfident, somebody unwise, who just goes with their own thinking and decision without taking the advice of anybody more knowledgeable than them, and usually they find a lot of trouble in their lives, at least in their initial, life, and if you have a child, for example, with this kind of line, it's going to be very hard for you to discipline that child. That child is not going to listen to you, and so it's going to probably give you a hard time. I know, because I have a child with this kind of line, and so that's the reality. I lived with this child. But it's somebody that just doesn't listen to anybody. They just make their own decisions until it's very late, and when they are in trouble, at that point, then they will take counsel. But then it's already too late. They are already in trouble, So it can make somebody unwise and imprudent, and that's the bad side of it. And again, the good side is that it's someone not easily influenceable by anything and everything, and that's the good side of that. Alright, so the last line, type of headline I'm going to talk about in this video is the Simeon line, which is when the headline unifies with the heart line, and then it becomes one single line that goes across the hand like that. Okay, and this kind of line indicates bipolar disposition in the person. It shows somebody who lacks balance. They go from one extreme to another. They can either hate too much or love too much or do too much of anything or nothing at all without a middle ground. So it can indicate bipolar, what is the word I'm looking for here? Disturbance. Yeah, disturbance, I guess is the word. So it can indicate someone bipolar, somebody who lacks balance between reasoning and emotions. They don't have a balance. They go from one extreme to another. And this is not considered good, and but you can remediate that. You can remedy that with your working on that. You try to be more balanced, and in case of bipolar disorder, that was the word I was looking for. If it's a bipolar disorder, then of course it may require medication. It really depends how extreme it is and other conditions in the person's hand. But medically, that's what indicates somebody with a bipolar disorder, somebody who lacks balance, and they tend to go from one extreme to another. Okay, so yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about in this video, and I was hoping somebody would show up to ask me questions, but of course I understand that nobody did because I haven't been on YouTube in a long time. I used to have a channel with about 58,000 subscribers, but I deleted that channel more than a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, and then I lost contact with everybody. I got busy with other things in my life, and I just came back. I started 2 new channels on YouTube. They are both bilingual. One is more personal, the other one is more professional, and I don't call it professional because I am retired now, so I'm not working anymore. So I decided to accept in a volunteer manner, so I do volunteer work for my own website and my own things that I like to, my publications. Okay, I like to publish things on the internet, so I publish in the form of books, in the form of blogs, and also in the form of videos. So I call Illumina publications because the subjects that I like to publish and talk and write about are having to do with illumination and self-knowledge with the goal of self-improvement, and I find that very satisfying, and spiritual also. I love spiritual subjects, spiritual things, and what better a spiritual thing to talk about than ourselves? We're spiritual beings, right? And so I love these subjects of self-knowledge for the purpose of self-improvement. That's my goal, is to improve my own self and help others to improve themselves also. Okay, so we can live a better life. We can create a better karma for ourselves to live. And talking about karma, I just recorded a video talking about hell and what is hell. And so that one will come up next. After this one, I will edit a little bit and post it. Questions. And if you want to ask me questions after you watch this video or any other of my video, feel free to put it in the comments, and I will be happy to answer in my next live section. And but the answers I am trying to limit them to subscribers only. Okay, you can be a subscriber here in this channel or in my other channel, any of my channels on the internet, which I have 2 here on YouTube. I'll put the link somewhere here where you can see, or also in my own websites, which is tv.illumina.pub. And you can also post comments there or ask me questions there. And if you want to send a picture of your hand for me and ask me questions, and I will answer in my next live video. If you are my subscriber, you can do so in the link that I have written in the description of this video. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna go back to speak Portuguese now and then close this live section. So bye for now to the English audience that I have. I have bilingual audience, and that's why I'm going to speak in Portuguese on English. And of course, depending on how things go, I may make only one language, either only English or only Portuguese, depending on who shows up here, if anybody, and how things go.